Well, there was a period where I started to open up in the early 2000s about more specifics involved not only in claiming what had happened to me. Drama, The Gifted Child by Alice Miller being a very influential book for a lot of people in terms of recovery. And then I found suddenly I was getting attacked for not being abused enough. People would write me, "Who cares that you went through that? My dad ripped my arm off and beat me over the head with it, so therefore you're disqualified." And what I didn't realize then was that was the precipice of a new age that is coming now, which is I would call the age of the victim. The victim is held up as if it's some sort of symbiotic badge. The more the victimization, the more the victim status, the more social status you have. So I found, typical me being a contrarian, I went the other way. So I'm not dodging your question, but I'm pretty much saving all that type of stuff for the book that I'm writing. I've written about it extensively so far because I believe, unfortunately, the world that we live in, psychological issues, people's inner workings, presented in a social context without the context of the framework by which it was arrived at or gone through. It's just watered down to "you're crazy," or and I'm going to change the subject, but it's really a simple illustration. I think 70% of people in America consistently poll that they believe in some form of extraterrestrial presence in the universe and or we're not alone or something along that lines. Yet the media consistently portrays people who believe in anything outside the given norms as wearing a tinfoil hat. That's their sort of deriding term. I was referred to wearing a tinfoil hat this week myself. I just don't think we live in a mature enough culture to talk about those things with any real balance. And I think the unfortunate part is I'm used to being attacked. But when people see someone like me attacked for being open, that doesn't necessarily encourage them to be open in their lives. And so I think it's an unfortunate situation because I think the great legacy of the Gen X generation was to open the doors on a lot of things that were never discussed publicly. They were sort of alluded to, and I really credit our generation with bringing child abuse, particularly the amount of sexual abuse that women from our generation and past and present. I can't speak to everyone, but I mean my own experiences for what I've heard from people that I've known. I think our willingness to go into that subject matter and open those things up, even just to release the energy of all that, which was all about shame and suppression. If you remember the way the church treated people who came forward and said they were abused by priests, they were mocked. You don't see that anymore. Those conversations have changed. So I think we have the bigger cultural arc of Gen X and what it brought in, but unfortunately the culture hasn't caught up with the level of sophistication. And for anybody who's been through any form of abuse, it's too much, as you know from your work. Those wounds don't go away easy. So so I'm just giving you more of the context of the idea. So anyways, yes sir.
Would you consider playing a Prince song today?
We just did. Next question. Yes,
Any chance of Luna or Soma getting to the set list?
and we play Soma every night. So, next question. Yes? Yes?
What's your favorite